What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at GTA 5 locations in real life. Some locations in the game may differ to real life, and you can't fit the entire state of California into one game, or the entire city for that fact. So let's get straight into it. So the first location we're going to be looking at is the Chinatown shopping alley. Now in real life there are two alleys, but we're going to be looking at this one because it's the one in the right direction. So if we walk down it, obviously the dates will change. So if we go from here, we can go 2016, so we're actually in here. You can see it does look quite similar. It's just got a bunch of shopping stuff and people buying things. It doesn't differ too much, except in GTA 5 you have the big canopy and stuff over it. So that's mostly the main difference here. You can see later we go back in time, you can see that the sign actually goes from blue to yellow, and in the game, since it was made in 2013, it was in fact yellow. So we're going to go to 2014 as the closest, and you can see it is yellow. Same with that one there. Okay, so as I said, it's got that sort of roofy thing over it. You can see the yellow sign. It's got that little blue strip on top, as you can see what I showed from the Google Maps footage, and you can see it's just people buying things. It's got just stuff. It's like the culture and stuff down here. It's definitely realistic to it. The only thing I'd say is it had some little sort of warehouse looking things here, which that looks more like just normal shops and rooms. It doesn't really look like the warehouse bit. I guess you could say for this bit maybe, but it's definitely very, very, very reminiscent of the Amet Alley or whatever it is. So this next location we're at is Grove Street, and you may be thinking, Bailey, this looks nothing like the Grove Street in GTA 5, and that's because there is two locations in LA that can be distinctly taken as Grove Street, and this is definitely one of them. This is the first one at Palmwood Drive. You could definitely see it goes straight and then it goes round and then goes straight again. That is definitely the main thing. Now this next one is the Alamo Sea, which turns out to be Salton Sea in Southern California, and it has a couple differences that you can definitely notice. It's a lot more barren, and the whole of Sandy Shores isn't actually directly behind Alamo Sea, although that is part of Sandy Shores for definitely, but it's obviously not called Sandy Shores. And Sandy Shores is also known to be the town with no laws. Is famously known for in parts of the world and YouTube videos. Mr. Beast did a video on it at one point. You can also see the mountains in the far distance, and that's definitely obviously easy to see. But in GTA 5, you'll see it's more condensed. The mountains are much closer. So I'm not sure which one is Mount Chiliad, but one of them is definitely supposed to be based on it, I'm guessing. Mount San Jacinto is the real life name, and you can see the whole desert area over there. I wonder if we can see the Alamo Sea. I'm not sure if that may be it down there, but I don't think it is because it looks too blue and too small. So definitely, oh hello, it's pretty short. You can see it's definitely more rocky, and it doesn't really show like Mount Chiliad does in the game. So if we go to a different location here, we'll maybe go over here. What have we got? Just more rocky areas. You can see just where we were there. Yeah, it's definitely reminiscent of it, but just not greatly, I suppose. Now, like I said, the mountains were very more small and far away, because obviously the game is more compact, as I've said multiple times now. But you can definitely clearly make out Mount Chiliad and a couple of mountains over in the distance over there. You've got a couple of cars in the water for some reason, and you've got another big mountain over there. Obviously, Sandy Shores is behind me, and it's very, very different to what the game and real life shows. Obviously real life is very, very, very far away, and here it's just right in your face. Now, Mount Chiliad is very, very different to what we can see in Google Maps, because for one, obviously the ocean is just all around you, and you can see that, and you can see some of the farmland down there, but that's not really what it was trying to show you in Google Maps. I think what it was trying to show you was that sort of area in Sandy Shores. You can see the Alamo Sea there, or whatever the sea was called in real life, I can't remember. You can also see the city skyline, which is just completely inaccurate, honestly. You can see the ground, it's much less rocky than what we could see in Google Maps, because it's just more dirt up here compared to like all that rock, and it's much smaller as well. Like it's not like a point down, point, and then it's all kind of just, it's flatter than what we're shown. And this whole thing, yeah, is there, but not from any of the pictures we can see. If you want me to review this, a whole thing here in another video, please do like and subscribe, and I will do that for you. But it's very, very different to what we have been shown. Now, the only really good picture I could really get of LS River, or the storm drain, is it's not very good. Because obviously you're not allowed to go in there, so it's very, very difficult to get a good picture. So that's the best bit I could get of the more realistic one we have in the game, where you can go up the sides. Obviously, I think it's illegal to go in there, but you can definitely see it's very reminiscent in the game to the real life. You see, this bit is where the train tracks are in the game, right next to the storm drain. So you can see that's just about where Lester would be, his little warehouse. So that's the best we can get ready for the Los Angeles River. Now, the LA River is something I think is a perfect representation of what Rockstar can do. You can see all the graffiti on there, which is very, very definitely in there, and you can see these like sort of ramps on the side almost, which are definitely there in the game. You can see this middle part where the river actually flows, and it's just very. I'm trying to get a height version of the first image we saw. And you can definitely see that is what there is, but we were obviously in a location where there was no bridges. But we can definitely see that is Rockstar definitely took the time and effort to make this look nice. It is a simple thing. I understand that it's a simple thing to do. Just to put a couple of ramps there. Obviously, there's much more to it than that. But you can see that it's definitely maybe the most realistic one that we've had on this, because it's so simple, but it's just so good. And we've got some of those train tracks that were out earlier too, and you can see the train tracks are all here, and it's what we're shown. Now, the best image I really could get of the stadium, of the Maze Bank Stadium or the Kia Forum, it's not great. It's definitely based on it. You can tell by the shape and the building of the stadium. Obviously that is red, but in the game you know it's blue. So if you just travel back in time to about when the game was made, so just about 2012, I'll say, yeah, you can say it was blue, which is why it's blue in the game. But it's very, very different. It's obviously more condensed. Obvious reasons, but obviously it's so much more bland in real life, which is actually not what I expected well, first looking at this. But yeah, you can definitely tell the building is highly based on it. Now, compared to the stadium, the Forum Stadium in Google Maps, you could see that this one is more layered and compact. But I like the word layered more, because you can see it's just got all these layers of stairs. Like if you can go down this set of stairs, and then instantly we've got another little ramp here, and then there's another little step of stairs all around, and it's way, way different on the bottom layer, but the architecture on the top is definitely very, very similar. You can see there's arches, and you can tell it is based off the blue one, and we know it's for basketball because we can see there's pictures of basketball players in there. And you can tell it's different because you've got these hallways almost of just plants and things. Like we just have to go. There's a parking lot here. The whole thing should be a parking lot, really. So yeah, very different to what we can see in the game.